What's up, everybody? We're back on the chart. All right, let's jump into this week's overview. If this is your first time watching this, man, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell. Do all those great, amazing things that you amazing people do. You dig? All right, jumping right into the chart. What are we looking at here, man? Well, I'm calling this the bullseye map, based on a GAN map. We're at the daily chart right here. So we want to go to Monday. All right, go to Monday. Let me just give a quick walk through what this week was like. Man, this week was very cool, very crazy. We took quite a few trades, and we're gonna look and see how those panned out from Monday. So I'm scooting over here on the chart. Here's Monday. So what we do every Monday, guys, every Monday we do the same thing, right? We look at previous day candle. So that would be Friday. So this green candle right here is Friday. All right. Right. So that previous day candle, I want to make a high and a low. Something like that. Okay. All right. So once we do that, then I want to go to 12-hour range, right? This is top-down analysis. So we start from the daily, top down to 12-hour. Well, there's two 12-hour candles in the day. So what I want to do is make a rectangle on the body of that 12-hour candle, okay? Not the wick, the body. If it was the wick, it'd be up here. But we're going to go to the body, okay? The open and the close. All right. Now, we can go to 15-minute time frame. Let's kind of zoom out real quick. There it is. And you can see here, 15-minute time frame is right here. So the first thing we want to do, we want to look at the cloud. So to do that, we need to call on the bullseye arrows. Okay, so we have a red cloud. That's all I need to know. Red cloud, bullseye arrow. Okay. What is the cloud? That cloud is that red blob, that red ribbon, that red cloud. Okay. All right. Then what I've been doing lately is looking at London high and London low. Just something to look at, right? Because we want to look at the most obvious pull on liquidity, right? So there is a London low. London happens between the hours of 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. So we'll do that London low, and we'll do that London high right there. Okay, so now we have the red cloud. We want to look at the most recent arrow that has printed prior to 8:30 a.m. So 8:30 is right here. And we want to look at the most recent arrow that's printed. That's a green arrow. So it looks like we have potential buy situation. Keeping in mind where we are in the market in terms of previous high and previous low, previous day high and previous day low. All right, so there is our setup, a little green rectangle right there, and I'll pull that out to here, and we will see how price is reacting on the 1 minute time frame. All right, so we'll take a look at what happened pre-market. What happened pre-market? Well, we can see that price made a move above the 12-hour range, above the previous day high, So we're keeping in mind, take out the highs to do what? To go low. All right, so here we look at 8:30, and we're going to call upon the clouds. We have a green cloud. All right. So 8:30 happens right here, super bearish. Okay, super bearish. And all we look for are reasons to buy because of the green arrow, the green cloud on 1 minute. We're looking for a 1 minute green arrow. Even though the 15-minute cloud is red, that's 4 rules that we look at. 3 of the 4 rules are working. So that's going to work right there. All right. So we go in. A buy right there. We see at 8:37. We take a buy. That's it. That's all we're looking for right there. 50 points. Now, we're also paying attention to the rockets. All right. So how would we play the line, the bullseye line, the rockets and the arrows, right? So you get a rocket right after that green arrow. So you could potentially stay in this trade until a pancake prints, which pancake's here. But we like that 1-to-1 right there. Here is a 1-to-1.5, which is really great day. Okay, so you potentially done. And then we see a red arrow followed by, that's a pancake right there. What happens with pancakes? They got that butter, and they like to melt. They melt like butter. All right, so then 50-point stop gets hit. All right, with a 1-to-1. All right, then you see price on a Monday start to consolidate and go sideways. So we continue looking, and we see that price made a move up, take out London high to potentially take out London low. And so what happens here is that our pancake really plays out. Like if you were to hold that pancake and target, right, and target this London low, then that gets hit for sure. And as long as that pancake holds up, we're good. Now, you get a cloud flip right here at 9:57. So you could potentially take that cloud flip that goes from green to red. Now you got a red cloud on 15 and a red cloud on 1 minute. All right. So that looks good for a sell. So that's another entry. So far, 1, 2, 3 entries. Then you can target previous day levels here. That's a 38% fib level right there, that first little line right there. So you had a buy and 2 sales. Not bad for a Monday. All right, so we'll look at 15-minute. And then at the close of the mix session at 11 o'clock, you just see this thing rip all the way back up. All right. So you could have targeted potentially this 50% level as that pancake held up, which is really good for a Monday. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, let's continue on to Tuesday. So I'm going to get my daily time frame. I mean, we do the same thing every day. So, all right, let's go to, here's Mondays right here. So I'm going to grab the top of that guy, and I'm going to move him there. And there, here's Monday, and we're going to Tuesday. All right, so let's get rid of Monday's information, London high and low. And I already marked up the 12-hour range. So all we need to do is jump to a 15-minute time frame, and we'll just scoot on over to Tuesday. All right. Right here is Tuesday right here. Okay, 15-minute time frame. Here's Tuesday. Cool. And what do we see? A red cloud. All right, a red cloud on Tuesday, and then prior to 8:30, there is a green arrow. So we'll mark that up right there. Very good, very good. Check this out. Going up. Bam. All right, so here we are on 1 minute. Now, we could pay attention to what is going on with this map. Kind of like, actually this map was based on previous month low. So yeah, you can still use this map the way we have it here. If we go to 1 hour, you can see it a little bit better. Okay. We got a low right here on Tuesday, so it's pretty interesting. All right, so we'll come back to the map. We'll come back. All right, let's continue on. Here is Tuesday right here. And you can see previous day low, this blue line, and previous day high is this line. So we broke above the 12-hour range. All right. We broke above 12-hour range. Let's see here. It's real skinny, that guy. Let me get rid of him real quick. Yeah. So it's real skinny. Can barely see it. I'm going to make it red so you can see it. Oh. Something like that. So we broke above it, but when it's skinny like that, it's hard to tell what's about to happen. Okay, so we know we have a green arrow. We have a red cloud on 15. Now we look at the clouds on 1 minute. Green arrows. All right. So there may be a potential for a buy. Now, we don't know. All we know is we don't know. Okay. We see a red arrow print at 8:30, followed by a green arrow. So we take the green arrow. Come on now. And we'll do a 50-point stop. Whatever happens, happens. All right. All we know is we don't know. Yeah. So we see it come up and reject this high right here. All right. And if we look left, there's this high here that we could have potentially have touched. So price is having a reaction pretty heavy at this level. So we could say, get ready to take an L. Then we see the pancake flip. We see that pancake flip. We take that pancake because we have a red arrow here followed by a pancake. So that is good for a sell. Keeping in mind we have a red cloud on 15. So what ends up happening is we get a red cloud print while we're in a sell, which makes us feel really good about being in that sell. All right. So we'll say arrow down. And so we hit our 1-to-1 here. So we could potentially hold this trade, okay, and see how price reacts. Now we get another red arrow here, which could be a reason to sell. 50-point stop, almost gets touched. And then you get a cloud flip. So if we were to take all the potential entries, it would look something like that for the sales. All right. Let's continue to watch price print. We're targeting now the bottom, previous day low. And we're seeing how price wants to react at that low. So this just requires a little bit of patience to hold these trades and see how price reacts when we get to that low. See, it had a reaction there, right? But we don't want to just get out of the trade. We want to protect the trade for sure and see if price wants to come and take us out, or does it want to continue lower? In this case, it continues lower. Now, had there been a red arrow followed by a rocket, that's a whole nother thing. Okay. All right, so we're in these trades now. Where could we potentially go? We'd have to look to the left, and then we see here that there is a low here right there. So we probably could protect or take partials when we hit that London low right there. Something like that. I mean, for that to me, that's a great situation right there. But as you can see, price continues to melt. So Tuesday, all you had to do was click sell. Okay. And we target these little the little bullseye map based on the GAN map. And price comes over here and touches it. Man, that's 379 points on one of the entries. And then we hold it to this map line right there. 370, another 370. And then the first sell entry, had you held it, 418 points. Incredible. It's always easy. We just like to make things difficult. All right. So you see how price has that reaction here on the red arrow down. So that's Tuesday, guys. Look, pretty insane. Now, does it have more room to fall? Absolutely. This will eventually be the low that we get for the entire month right here. All right, so you could have targeted bank zone 18,600, something like that. And if price were to get to that level right there, you're still looking at 400 plus points for a Tuesday. Insanity. That's all I got to say. Tuesday, insanity. All right, let's go to Wednesday. All right, we'll just scoot on over to Wednesday, and it looks like I need to mark up the daily and the 12-hour. All right, so we'll go to the daily first, and we'll see how price wants to react, or price high and low for Wednesday. All right, so here's our low, and here is our high for Wednesday. Then we'll go to the 12-hour. 12-hour for Wednesday. Come on, Wednesday. All right. Let's see here. So, 12-hour for Wednesday. We'll be right here. Let me just make that little box right there from the open to the close and just pull that on over. Pretty large range right there. It means that price really pushed up. All right. So now we can jump to 15-minute time frame. All right. And we'll go to Wednesday, which is right here. So what are we looking for? Looking for the cloud. All right. Here's the cloud. And it looks like when we come to the markets right before 8:30, you see that we just made a huge push up, and we have a green arrow that is the most recent arrow that printed. on Wednesday. So we're going to mark that up, pull it out, and we'll label it green arrow up. Boom. All right. So prior to 8:30, that's what it looks like with a red cloud and just bullish like crazy. Okay, now we're going to come to 1 minute. We'll come to 1 minute. All right. Prior to 8:30, this is what we had. We broke out of the 12-hour range. We broke above the previous daily high. So now we're looking for our cloud. And we see that we have a cloud here. Okay, so how will we play this? Well, we see that 8:30, we have a bearish move down. Let's see, what does our line say? All right. So you could have potentially taken this pancake, and obviously it gets knocked out. And what I would suggest is if you see this kind of bullish, right? It's always in hindsight, but at the same time, if you see that kind of bullishness, just be prepared for a pullback and then continuation. Okay. So you see this pullback down, right? I would wait. I would have to wait. And what I've been doing is marking up from 8:30 to 8:35 as a range, and I'm calling it the first 5 minutes of the open. So here's the idea about the first 5 minutes of the open. Which way does it break out? Because it's likely to continue in that same direction. So what we have here is we waited for this thing to break out. It comes back into this first 5 minute range, and you get some green arrows here, and you get a rocket ship. So you could take all those green arrows and you could do a rocket ship right there. And there's our entry for the day. Targeting. You see this little line right there. We could be getting a reaction right there at that line. We're just going to wait and see. All right. So you wait quite a bit, and it doesn't quite get to that line till later in the day. Right? So there's a bank zone here of, what is it? 300. There's a bank zone 300. There's a bank zone 350. And you can see 350 gets hit quite nicely for a 1 to 1.6. The arrows here, had you taken the arrows for a buy situation? Let's see, it's this one right here. Those get hit, 1 to 1 gets hit. If you're targeting that bank zone, it gets hit. And then you see price make a huge reaction here, tricking sellers, and then continuing up. All right, so that's afternoon, so we don't trade afternoon. So we'll go on to Thursday. All right. So let's go to the daily level one more time. I hope y'all are getting the hang of this thing. Okay. Thursday is right here. So we want to mark up the high and low of previous day, which is going to be right here. Bam. And then high is right there. All right. Then we want to go to the 12-hour range. Okay. For Thursday. And you can see up here, it's a really, really weird, skinny looking candle. So what I would do is go to the 4-hour. Go to 4 hour. Okay, and mark up the last 4 hour candle of the first half of the session. And we'll pull that over, something like that. And we'll say, instead of 12-hour range, we're doing 4-hour range. Something like that. Okay. All right, you can see Wednesday, we pushed up. I mean, it was just craziness that afternoon. All right, then we get over here to Wednesday. Here's the last 4-hour zone. We'll go to 15 minute here. Come over here, come over here, come over here. All right, here's Thursday. And now we're seeing price kind of find some exhaustion. We're going up and then sideways. We break beneath the 12-hour, right? We break beneath the 12-hour zone, all right? All throughout the night, pretty much. And then at 8:30, well, let's look at this first. The 15-minute cloud is green, okay? Well, now, we're seeing price break out of the bottom of this 12-hour range. It's telling us something. It's telling us something. So we'll just wait and see what price does. Okay, because it can do anything. It can retrace and bounce up and continue up. So, all right. So we get a 8 o'clock. We get a red arrow down. Red arrow down with a green cloud on 15. Now we want to look at what is the cloud on 1 minute. Well, we get a red cloud. So now it would be important to just kind of sit tight and watch how price opens. All right, here's 8:30. Like I said, I want to do 8:30 to 8:35. I just want to mark up the low and the high right there. So first 5 minutes, something like that. And we see price kind of droop down there, and then it pushes up out of this 5 minute. Okay, this 5 minute, first 5 minute range. Now, we see price come, and now we don't take these buys because we have a red arrow and we have a red cloud, right? We have a red arrow on 15, green cloud on 15. We have a red cloud on 1 and green arrow. So we only have 2 of the 4. We have to be patient. We have to let this thing just kind of show us what it wants to do. Now, if we were to look at our rocket ship, the rocket ship said, let's go. So you had some potential to go up. But because we wanted to be patient and we were anticipating this thing going up, okay, because of our green cloud. And while we were waiting, we saw that price printed a green arrow on 15. So we'll go ahead and mark that up. Now we're just doing a bunch of waiting, and you got to understand that trading is waiting. All right, so we're anticipating price coming out of this first 5 minute range, right, which brings us back into a 12-hour range, which is the gray box. And then we're looking for it to push up. Now, had it given us a green arrow or a blue line going up, we take that thing up. But what does price do? Price gives us a pancake. Price gives us a pancake right here. So if we were to take that, we're going to be very nervous because we're right on the first 5 minute box. Okay. And I took this. And so what you typically do is 50-point stop. Or you could do structure, something like this, the high. And there is a daily level right here. So it could look something like that. And we take that down. And notice how price comes through. It comes through the first 5-minute range, which tells me there may be some sellers in this market. So now we wait for the break beneath, which happens here, and they'll retest to the 5-minute range, and then continuation. That's that lightning. So break, retest, continuation. So all we do is we hold, we hold, we hold. What do we target? We target a fib line, right? Daily thirds. So the high and low, bust it in the thirds. And you see price just melted and melted and melted all day. So any one of these lines, you could have potentially taken profit. Anyone. Thursday was the business. All right. You could also have potentially targeted previous low, which would give you almost 700 points, which if you held this trade, you hit by the end of the day. So right at 3:30, you hit the previous low, previous day low. So for the sales, that was it. I mean, that pancake held up. Was there room to potentially re-enter? Yeah. Every time you saw a red arrow before 11 o'clock. All right. Thursday was the business. All right, here's the last day. Let's go to Friday. Friday was yesterday. Friday also had news at 7:30. So we'll go here for the low and here for the high. Then we go to, let's see, let's turn off all this stuff so we can see what's happening. All right. Then we go to 12 hour. Take a peek at that. There's our high to low, 12-hour range. Then we jump to 15-minute. All right, cool. So let's scoot on over. Here's Friday. And you can see Friday, we really just kind of hung out in that 12-hour range for a long time. Okay, so then at 7:30, you get a very, very large push down at 7:30, right there. All right. So on 15-minute, we get, look at the cloud, red cloud. So we got a red cloud. I'm looking for an arrow. What was the last arrow? So here's a cloud flip that happened overnight. All right. So we're looking for potentially some sales. Now, if we open the clouds on 1 minute, we see a red cloud. So red cloud, and there is a red arrow that's way up here, previous day high, almost. All right, so we watch 8:30 happen. Here's 8:30. We see that we make a push down, and we're going to wait for that first 5-minute candle. It breaks above the first 5-minute candle. Okay, and now we get an arrow going down. Let's see what the line says, the bullseye line. Okay, and then you get a pancake. So with our sell bias, right, we're thinking sales. We're potentially going to be taking some sales. All right. And we could have a stop loss, same kind of stop loss here, right there, something like that, just to match each other. Targeting. Looks like we targeted a bank zone right here. 18,300. 18,300. Gets hit, and Friday is done. So we broke above. We failed to get a signal to go up again. Price comes, just like Thursday, and goes beneath the first 5-minute. And then comes a retest, and you get potentially another reason to sell right here. And then price just kind of rallies at 10:30, back into the first 5-minute range. And then you can see it really hung out there for a while. All the same time, we're just selling out of that if you're trading. But because we're done at 11 a.m., yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna be done. So Friday was a winner. If you took those two entries, there's a 1 to 1.5 and a 1 to 3. So that's the week, everybody. Just kind of take a real good look at what the week looked like in terms of price action. Starting with that Monday. Wow, we were selling Monday, we were selling Tuesday, Wednesday we bought, Thursday we sold, and Friday we sold. All using the rules of the bullseye and using the clouds, the arrows, and kind of making sense of previous day high and previous day low. Look, that's it for this week, y'all. See y'all in the next video.